Okay, now, when you take a person whose quote-unquote father knows what's right and good from God, who supposedly then has a wife who's of the wild side of life, and they come together, they produce a child who on one hand knows what's right but also likes the wild side of life. In a sense, they put themselves out as those who know the right thing, but secretly they're doing things they shouldn't be doing. Well, doesn't this remind you of men of renown of our day and time? They're called politicians. They sometimes achieve great renown because they're clever. It's a strange thing, but when these two worlds come together, it produces a clever person who knows how to get people on their side, but the enticement of virtue, and then turn right around and take advantage of the situation. So you can see what happened here. Here come you see, the sons of God are these people of the covenant. They were living out in the country. They obviously wanted some of those modern tools and modern equipment that was being built in the city. They send their young men to the city to trade for those things, metal knives and plows, etc. But when they're there, they see things they've never seen before, and they get captivated by the worldliness. And now we see how God looks at it. People never ask themselves, why did God flood the earth in this story? Why did he destroy the civilization? Here's the answer.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
And of course the story goes on that God says, I'm going to destroy humanity, and I'm going to send the flood and drown them all. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, is the way the Bible puts it. I would like to offer to you that it's more universal than that. Always the challenge of people who have called by God to stand up for his truth, his cause, to be made contact with the worldly wise, who would pull them and suck them into the sea of corruption and drown them. The flood was the flood of corruption. Noah came with the ark of safety, with the boat, the first religious community built inside modern civilization, where some of the people who were still faithful to the covenant came into the boat, but some of the people had been living like animals. Those who were not of God, those were the descendants of the Canaanites, also came to believe, and they too came into the boat. But you notice they came in 2 by 2. The symbolism of it is where marriage became the foundation. Commitment, not wild living, but a commitment to each other under the guidance of God through Noah. Noah is the guiding light to show them the right way to do things. And they built a religious community, and they called out for 950 years to their fellows to come out of the corruption and into the boat. But those who didn't drowned in the sea of corruption. I suggest to you today, the greatest danger to religious community is the corruption all around us that would suck our youth, our young people into their maelstrom of corruption, and they lose their way, and they lose their sense of integrity, they lose sense of their nobility, and often are unable to come back because they feel so shamed by the life they've led. If we can help our youth to avoid this trap, and that they can know that this is the eternal trap when you come to the age of puberty. And so it's an eternal truth. Stick with the covenant of God. Do it God's way, and God will bless you. Turn away from the way of God, and sorrows await you, of the like of which you cannot imagine until it's sometimes too late. I'm just going to recap this quickly. In today's ark, Baha'u'llah has brought an ark. Is building an ark through divinely inspired teachers and religious community, as God does in every age. As Christ said, it shall be as in the days of Noah, so it is, the ark is once again returned. Today's society is awash in a sea of materialism, corruption, and seduction. Marriages and families are besieged by the destructive forces. Once again, God is calling for an ark to be built. Mankind enters the ark 2 by 2 in marriages that serve as fortresses of well-being and as shelters from the corruption of modern life. By raising children who see reality through the lens of Baha'u'llah's revelation, we are creating a new race of men, children raised in a matrix of love and unity. The old will be washed away through the fall of corruption, and a new will be born. And that's the transition that we're going through at the present time. We are members of a community making a covenant with God to rehabilitate the fortunes of mankind. Each Baha'i is a light in the darkness, wherever she may be.